Hey you guys, welcome to my channel. In this video I want to talk about confusion, because a lot of times the narcissist display of confusion is what keeps the other person in confusion as well. And I'm hoping by the end of this video, maybe even before that point, that won't happen to you any further if you are one of the people who have been in a state of confusion based off of their behaviors and inconsistencies of confusion. Basically the energy of confusion that they're carrying throughout their whole life, because they're confused people, period. Let me just say that. They're just confused, period. They're wearing masks, pretending to be this when they're that. When they're with this person, they are acting like this. When they're with that person, every group that they're in, they're wearing a different hat. Now, this is very different because someone out there might say, you know what, I wear different hats too. Well, wait a minute. I'm not talking about, okay, when I'm at work, I'm the manager of this office. I'm going to be the manager during that time. When I'm at home, I'm in mommy mode. Okay, so, my mother hat is coming out. Okay, when I'm with my sister, I'm in sister mode. We're not talking about the different roles that we're playing that's appropriate for the setting that we're in. I'm not going to go to my work office and, have intimate talks with my partner or, do inappropriate things that aren't for that setting. We're not talking about that. All right. For those of you like, well, I wear hats too, because a lot of survivors get confused about, am I the narcissist? Like, they'll hear my video, I'll be describing something and I don't want that to happen, but you'll think, oh, am I a narcissist? Well, let me just clear that out before I further digress, and we'll get back on topic here. If you have empathy, you're not a narcissist. That's just, if you have empathy, if you're self-reflecting on that level to even ask yourself, am I a narcissist? Chances are you're not a narcissist. 99.9% chance of that. Okay. Now let's get back to the topic here. These people, they're changing their core principles, their characters and morale, basically, depending on the group that they're in. Pretending to like this when they're with them, telling the other group that they hate that. This is what I'm talking about as far as wearing these different hats, playing these different characters. It's almost like multiple personality disorder here, right? So that creates a lot of confusion when you're interacting with the narcissist, because they may be telling you everything that you want to hear, but then, their actions aren't in alignment with that. Or maybe it appears that sometimes their actions are in alignment with that, usually when nobody's watching, right? And they're trying to convince you and gaslight you and manipulate you and stir up cognitive dissonance in your mind when you're trying to figure out, okay, you're doing this right now, but then you go tell your family and friends this, or when we're out in public, you're doing that, or if we're out in public alone, you're doing this, but if we're out in public with a group, you're doing that. See, I don't want any of this to be causing confusion in you, because their confusion, there is a method to the madness of their confusion. Okay. And at the end of the day, it's very easy and simpler to get black and white with people like this. And when I say black and white, make it very clear. If you keep it simple with them, because, complicated works for them. They want to keep you in this gray area. They want to keep you confused about this and that. If you make it black and white with toxic people, it becomes very easy of where you need to place them and how you need to handle them. All right. Okay. This person is acting confused about wanting to commit to me. So if we look at that black and white, did they commit to me or not? Oh, they didn't commit to me. So yeah, you're making a clear stance, whether it's communicating out of your confused behaviors, your confused inconsistencies here. But guess what? You made a stance here. you are not committed. That's pretty black and white right there. So if we just go off of that, that takes the confusion out of it in a certain sense. Now, for some of you, it doesn't, because you may be in the energy of needing to get more questions. Well, okay, well, they're not committed to me. Why? Why aren't they committing to me? I'm giving them X, Y, and Z. I'm trying to give them my heart. I'm playing my role. I'm giving them what they're asking for. Why aren't they being committal? Why aren't they giving me what I want? And then that might lead you on a journey to try to seek more answers, which exposes you to then more offenses, more heartache, and then you're still not getting the commitment. Even if you get a few more answers to your questions, you already knew what you needed to know. Okay, so the whole point of this conversation, guys, is to just point out how they like to keep you in that state of confusion, because confusion usually keeps you indecisive as well. Because if someone is confused about something, they may not know if they're going to go to the left, to the right, if they're going up and down, diagonal. We don't know. When we're confused, we're constantly confused. We're still trying to figure out what we need to be doing. So when someone starts acting confused to us, we need to start making it black and white so that we're not in that energy along with them. We don't want to get confused by their confused nature, or we want to let their confused nature indicate something that's black and white to our logic. Okay? To our logic, not to our emotions. It might confuse our emotions, but I don't even want it to do that, because if logically we understand, okay, this person is moving out of confusion right here, they're not making a stance one way or the other. Okay, so black and white, guys, are they meeting my needs or not? Are they keeping their word or not? Black or white? Did they, deliver? Are they taking care of their kids or not? Did they break their promises or not? Are they abusing me or not? Like, when we make things black and white with a toxic person, it becomes crystal clear at that point. As long as we're not still in a resistance, because it may be the answer that you didn't want. It's going against the story that you told yourself, that you were hoping for this situation. It may lead to an ending that you wish didn't have to happen. But, it's okay to go into a situation with the best of intentions. But if, as it starts to unfold and unravel, we see that, in spite of my best intentions, in spite of my best efforts, this is just going downhill. I'm going to go ahead and cut my losses here. I don't need to see any further. It's pretty black and white to me at this point. Because of their stand in this active state of confusion, it means that they don't want to make a direct stance. They're not taking a direct stance in the direction that's going to lead to what? Us being on the same page, us being in peace, things being calm, everything being understood. No, there's confusion. Okay? And, once we understand the source that we're dealing with, and particularly for the narcissist who doesn't really want to have that true intimacy, they're going to sabotage it. They're going to intercept it at some point. They're going to continuously do this because they're not desiring and really trying to get a real intimate connection with anybody. They just know that they have to pretend to offer that to you to keep you on board. But you're going to keep seeing confusion, but it's really not confusion, honestly. It's them displaying to you that, hey, I have connection issues or attachment issues. I don't know how to make healthy attachments. I don't know how to make healthy detachments. I have issues with intimacy. I'm emotionally stunted. My emotional maturity is stunted in certain ways here. So that's what you need to start looking at that confusion as. And then that should be a turn off to you. And who has time for that? And who is making it your job to try to get them to not be that way? That's not your job. That's not the job. And how much energy have we done in the past trying to do that? And what did it really result in? besides us getting more frustrated and still getting unfavorable results, and that person still staying in the energy that they want to stay in. See, that's the thing. Let them stay in that energy, but just let them keep it away from you. If you want to stay in a state of confusion for your life, hey, it's your journey, it's your life. I don't want to be a part of it. I'm not going to connect myself to it, and I'm not going to allow you to bring that around me. I'm good. Go ahead, stay in confusion. Way over there, away from me, forever. And when we make it black and white like that, suddenly it's not confusion for us. Yes, it'll continue to come off as confusion for them. But they're acting inconsistent because they are inconsistent. So that's not really confusion. It's kind of just how they are. So, don't let them manipulate you, because that's a tactic. Keeping you in confusion, keeping you in a state of not going left or right. It keeps you right there. It keeps you stuck, right? If you allow it to be. So it's a tool of manipulation, to keep you around. All right. And it's a tool of manipulation to intercept, getting anything that you really want out of that relationship. The real stuff, not a perception, not an illusion of having, not a day or a few hours of it or a week of it, no. They're going to intercept it, guys. All right. So get black and white about it, and don't allow confused energies around you. You need people that know where they're going and that want to actually go there sincerely. That's not faking the funk, because that's when it's going to come off as confusion, because they're taking a step in and they're taking 3 steps out. Okay. Because they really don't want to be in there. Okay. Consider it like a hot oven, and that temperature keep rising, the intimacy keep growing. Oh, it's too hot for me. I got to get out of here. Whew. Consider it as that. They cannot take the heat in the kitchen, all right? So that's why they need to get out of it. They need to get out of it. They're not going to bake nothing savory and tasty for you, okay? All right, they can't even boil a hot dog at that point. So, I'm making light of it right in this second, but, I see a lot of people get stuck in confusion. And they get confused. It felt so real in the love bomb. It felt so real. That was the point. It was supposed to feel real. But then what? You start seeing the mask fall, and then you seeing what they really had to bring to the table, and not the illusion that they wanted you to buy. Don't get confused off of that love bomb. Don't get confused by the inconsistencies. The inconsistencies is saying something that is very black and white to you. That I don't love you. I don't really care for you. I can't really tolerate. I can merely tolerate trying to make an attachment to someone. I have to keep intercepting it. I have to keep sabotaging it because I'm that unhealthy. This is what the narcissist would say if they were being straightforward to you. Okay, so we talk about loving them so much, but we have to love ourselves enough to not subject ourselves to this roller coaster ride. All these in it, and I can't even really say ups, because the ups aren't really ups. It's a ride and it feels like a thrill there, but the ups aren't even ups, but the downs, they're definitely downs, and those ups are downs because they're not sincere. All right, so I hope that this video resonates with someone, and that they won't get caught up in a narcissist confusion, and that won't be the part that keeps them stuck in the toxic relationship, and are, if they end the connection, it's still psychologically keeping you stuck because you're trying to wrap your mind around it. When these inconsistencies, like I said, is clearly telling you something that's black or white, whether you are in resistance or in denial of wanting to receive it because maybe it hurts your ego, maybe it hurts your feelings. But it shouldn't when we step into our logic and we consider the source that we're dealing with. This is what they do to everybody, sweetie. This is what they do to everybody. It's not personal to you. But the fact that we take it so personal, sometimes it makes it harder for us to see the truth, crystal clear as it is right before our eyes. Their inconsistencies are telling us something so clear. And it doesn't have to cause confusion within us if we step into our logic and we have enough emotional maturity to understand it. All right, guys. So hit a like on this video if it resonated with you. Feel free to subscribe to this channel. Over 600 videos here to increase your emotional maturity and intelligence to help you get unstuck. You know, changing our mentalities and our perceptions is the #1 thing that we need to do. That's why I made a video, and not many of you watched that video. You know, there are some videos that I put up here that you guys, all of them I would love for you to watch, of course. But some of the ones that I really feel like you guys should be watching are some of the least watched videos that you could get so much from it. And oftentimes we don't even know that we need to hear a video about that topic. We don't understand that it's connecting to us so deeply. All right, but I did make a video titled The #1 Reason, a #1 thing that is intercepting your ability to move on in the healing process. It should be the most watched video on this channel for those that are trying to heal from narcissistic abuse and that are getting stuck. But a lot of times you guys are focused a lot on the videos that are concerning to understanding the narcissist when we really need to understand ourselves the most. Okay, I do make that content about the narcissist because yes, we need to know the enemies out there. We need to know how the enemy walks and talks and all that so that we can distinguish and we can, you know, identify this, you know, that energy and then stay away from it. Okay. But we really, along with understanding our external, we really need to understand our internal as well. All right, and get that solid as well. All right, guys, so thank you for tuning in. You can check the description below for, you know, anything that I offer. Visit my website, lakiacrawford.com. If you want a one-on-one session with me, I help people with everything under the sun. You can go on there and schedule your appointment, voice calls, Skypes, FaceTimes, email coaching. You can go on my website and see what else I have going on. I did just create a public support group. I have a private support group on Facebook, guys. That link is below. And I'm going to be going back on my videos, but definitely starting this video right here, I will be putting the public forum on there as well. The public forum, anyone can go on that one and pretty much post. I'm going to be, you know, moderating that. And of course, you know, if someone comes on here and tries to do something crazy, they're going to get blocked from the group. But I wanted to have a public forum as well. But I do still have the private one on Facebook that I let each person into. Okay. So, you guys can feel free to check that out. And, you know, just keep doing the work, guys. Just keep doing the work. Great ways to support the channel is to always hit the like button, guys, and leave comments. It pushes the video. It helps the algorithm. It juices it up to get the content out into YouTube world, okay? A channel like this needs to get more exposure so it can help people in ways, you know, that will actually be fruitful and beneficial to their life and their journey, okay? With that being said, thank you to everyone that supports this channel, all my day ones, all the newcomers, everybody that works together to, you know, share this information and this content, basically. All right, so what do I say at the end of all of my videos here? Never give up on yourself. Continue to do the work, guys. And until next time, please take care.